John Robertson. I'm the owner of John's Jukes, also known on the web as flippers.com. I opened this store, it was either 81 or 82, it's been a while. I'd had a previous smaller shop further up Main Street, and that one I ran for a couple of years. Then I had one down at Main and Second, and before that I was operating out of my apartment. So I've been doing this since about 76 or 77. Back when you could buy these in the box. There's always been older machines that were collectibles. I mean, back in the 70s it was the electromechanical pinball machines, because these new digital electronic ones were pushing them aside, but people still wanted to play them in their homes. You know, they grew up with them. That's the market I've filled all these years. Well, actually, I've got the earliest ones. They're hiding on the floor somewhere. They're quite small. They're about this long, about that wide, and so they would sit quite happily on top of this. They were tabletop units, and they had pins and the little balls, and they were an offshoot of what was called bagatelle, which was a game from the 1800s and 1700s. But these were coin operated. You'd put a penny in or a nickel in, and you'd get 10 balls, and the balls would roll around the circumference of the unit, and then they would catch on the pins, pin, ball. Oh, arcades go back to the 1800s. They had the movie arcades, they had penny arcades where they had like electric shock machines and little fortune teller machines and all sorts of things. So arcades have been around as long as people have figured out how to make a coin-operated device do something that people would be willing to throw money into. For a long time we used to find early games in attics and basements and crawl spaces and everything, but as the old houses are vanishing, so are the games. I think we've cleared out all the attics and basements by now in the Lower Mainland. So now most of our customers are private individuals. They just want a game for their home, for their kids, for themselves, and that's where they go. Yeah, we've been renting to the film industry since the early 80s, I guess. As long as I've been in business, they've been knocking on the door looking for stuff. So, one thing, the little jukebox that's out front of the store, for example, is in the movie Scream. What was it? Scream 2, the comedy. Oh well. Anyways, it's in the balcony scene when the people are warning about the nasty guy up in the balcony, and you can see our little jukebox with the "Park at Rear" written on the side, as it used to say. Our film rentals is not a major part of our business. It is just one facet. So it had an impact, but a small one. Like as total sales go, it's not a very big figure, but it's still, you notice it when it's not there somewhat. So I would say the writer's strike, it probably had some impact on us, but not a large impact, because people will now be getting back to doing films. I mean, we're having the film people coming through almost daily now, taking pictures and talking about renting stuff. We've got games going out over the next month or so to make up for the strike. So it was slow for a while, but it'll be busy again. Like any business, we're affected by ups and downs of commercial, home market, everything else. I've had good years and bad years. So it's just not much we can do about the bad years, and we just try and survive the good years, keep busy. We do repairs, we rebuild the equipment, people bring it to us, ship it to us. I have customers from around North America. You need to have service to support the sales, and you need to have service to support the collectors who may or may not buy from you, so it keeps us all busy. It's a business like this, you have to be able to do just about everything in it to keep it going. Because some months service is what keeps the doors open, and other months sales are what keeps the doors open. So, pinballs have more moving parts, of course, like jukeboxes. So motion tends to generate wear and tear and fractures, etc. So pinball machines generally need more service than video games. Video games, you just have to replace joysticks and buttons, and the board itself doesn't do anything, so it's quite comfortable to sit there for 10 or 15 years. Pinball machines, you're waxing it, but it's a more interactive game too. I mean, video game, you learn the pattern, and then it's boring. Pinball machine, it's never the same game twice. It doesn't matter. Even an older, simpler game like this, there's always something that it's doing that isn't quite predictable. It's never going to be as wild as it was in the 70s and 80s, but there's still a good market for it. It's still fun.